So a companion, a mage, and a dragonborn walked into a bar. Hello, hello, hello. So we want to look at UNP Blessed Body Fit Armors and Clothing. Now this is under 149 megabytes. It was ported by Bracamaker79 and it was created by Shiva182. Now there was a body that I was going to use with this, but that body is gone. And I think it was the same modder that ported it, so I don't know what's going on. Maybe there was permissions issues, maybe there was some other issue. If that body comes back, we'll try to do a show on that. Right now, this mod has TBBP in both armors and clothing, and this is going to have, or at least allow you to have, bigger boobs. Okay, that's really basically the blessed is just a little bit. It's, you know, a little bigger boobs, and that's really basically about it. That's the main feature, I think, of this mod. So let's hop into the game. I've got a lot of armor and clothing that I can show you, and you just see how it fits. Some of it may have some minor clipping, but we'll just take a look and see what we think, okay? All right, see you in the game in a moment. All right, so we're here above Windhelm, and this is Azadal's armor with this mod. Now, I want you to see that. Let's turn her around. You can see the physics here. So all of these items have physics. I'm not going to show this with every item, but you can see that there. So I just wanted you to be able to see that. All of these are fitted to this body. Let's see, the Archmage's robe. See that there? Again, I don't know if we can tell the physics on that so much, but it is there. Now the physics may look odd on some of the armors, and I'll try to show you that if I can on some of them. Like on this one, the physics looks a little weird. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it looks a little weird. Oops. I'm falling off. Oh no. You may have to... There we go. We get back up there. Ta-da. Okay, anyway. So like I'm saying, the physics on some of the armors may look a little weird. It may even look a little strange to you in the cloth. It just depends on what you like. Now this is the bandit armor. Now I have her weight maxed out. If you don't have the maxed out weight, you will have a slight difference. It's not going to be huge. I'll take us back to the cheat room and show you the difference that you can get in some of these, in a couple of outfits maybe. Because it does have quite a bit of range to it. You don't have to have the bigger size on your character. And this is just a different variation of the same outfit. I'm not going to do a lot of those. Now this is the bear armor, and it looks good, and it has the physics, and it looks okay to me, even with the physics, because that's not really that much of an armor. And then the robe, of course, that looks correct. The Blacksmith Apron again. Now, I do have the variation of it, but I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that. It's just what it is. Just a variation of the same outfit. Now, the Blade's armor looks good. I haven't checked it out as far as seeing if the animation looked weird. Well, it seems alright for what it is. Now remember, they did this to armor and clothing, so you have the movement even on the armor. Some people will definitely not like that. I understand that. That's fine. This armor always looks bad to me, so I don't think anything you do to it really makes it look any worse. It just doesn't look good. So, I have seen a few variations where somebody has changed it so that it actually looks decent, but not a lot. Not a lot. Anyway, this is the chef's tunic, which is very similar to the barmaid's outfit, honestly. Now this is the chitin, and it looks okay. The physics portion, I guess it's okay. You'll have to really look at that. I'm not going to show that on every one. I'm just going to basically start breezing us through some of these now, so you can see how it looks, and I think it looks fine. Plus, we want to make sure that we're not going to have any crashes caused by these. Now, I haven't done every outfit and every piece of clothing and armor, but I probably have about 70 to 80% of it here. A good amount. Some variations. Ysolda's dress there. Now, not every woman will be exactly the same, have the same endowment there, so you're going to have variation, and I'll show you, like I said, we'll go to the cheat room and I'll show you what that variation should look like. You should have some with some relatively small boobs, and then you'll have some that have bigger boobs, and I don't think we even need those boobs. Let's just do this for the Cultist Robe. Now the Cultist Robe, I guess it's okay. It looks a little odd to me, but it always looks a little odd to me. Now this is the Dark Brotherhood. This is another one of those outfits that I've only ever seen like one or two variations that looked good. It just doesn't look good. And this always looks nice. Even in the vanilla, it looks pretty good. It could use some work, but it looks pretty good. Their version of it seems fine. Daedric, that looks alright. Let's see, Dawnguard. Now, I hadn't looked at all the Dawnguard stuff, so I thought we would just take a quick peek. It looks alright at first glance. And that's all I'm doing. I'm just going through these quickly to give us a chance to look at them. If you like it, then you can try it out in more detail. I might use this in my playthrough video that I'm working on. We'll put on the light ones, even though it's not going to make that much difference. Because I was going to use that UNPB body and this armor replacer for the girls. However, I might change my mind. I don't know. I'm kind of fooling around with some different things. Now this is the dragon plate. That looks alright. Now let's see. This is the dragon scale. These never really look all that great to me. I mean, when I was first playing through the game years ago, I thought, okay, that's kind of cool. But over time, I just didn't feel like they really looked that great. The Dwarven has its own thing. I'm not sure that trying to give her boobs in this is a great idea, but whatever. We should see. Is there any physics to this? Let's see. I think they tried to give it some, and it looks a little... Well, it is what it is. It's not bad. It's just, you know, with this armor, I'm not sure that makes sense. But, you know, you either like it or you don't. That's fine. This is the Ebony, of course. And I do have the Ebony Mail available. The Ebony Mail is not significantly different enough. I mean, it just isn't. Anyway, that's my complaint. We'll move on. So here's the Elven. And then I think I have the Light Elven. Gilded, there's really no difference. Light Elven. And not a huge difference, but some. We have some embellished robes. Now here, it looks like they may have done something different here. because this looks like a skimpy version of the embellished robes. That does not look like a normal, I'm just going to say a normal. I'm just looking for some boots that would kind of go with this. Surely I made some boots. Those will do. No, those don't look good. Oh, my goodness. Maybe there's some college boots? Those will be okay. Alright, so anyway, this looks like one of the skimpy versions of this outfit that I've seen in some other mods. I'm okay with that. I don't know if they meant to include that or not. But okay. I'm not opposed to that. I mean, you could do some skimpy stuff. That would be fine with me. That is really bright white. Wow, that is probably too much. I wonder if that's intended to be one of those special effect outfits. Yeah, I think it is, and it's really hard. That is just so blindingly bright. Wow. Let me check my powers for a minute. See if I'm using any display enhancements. Let's just turn them off if I am. I don't think I am. I really don't. I think I was just leaving this be. Yeah, I'm not seeing any difference. So, alright, well that's just the way it is. It's just very bright, and wow, that's really bright. Then there's the fur trimmed. Now that looks okay. It doesn't look different than normal, really. Just stretched to fit her chest. That's really obvious. And this is the glass again. Just got the protuberances there that you need for the boobs, and that's pretty much all there is to that. The robe, it's going to be the same with all the robes. I probably shouldn't bother showing all the robes. They're all going to be the same. Well, this is, that's not the gray beards. That's just the gray robe. See, basically the same. Now the gray beards robes, okay, not drastically different. Just all these are fitted to that UNPB body, so that's fine. That's what we're supposed to see. So, hide armor. I did not check this earlier. I don't know why I made two versions. But okay, that looks alright. That's pretty normal. Imperial Armor. Yep. Okay. I don't see any huge thing with that. Look at the light armor. Yep, again, looks fine. Okay. Iron armor. Not much different from the banded, really, but there you go. The jesters. I always like this one, even though it needs some work. I'll spit it out. It needs some work, but it's not horrible. The leather. Okay. Here we're going to get more into some clothes again, like the merchant clothes. Nothing shocking there. All this is Mirak's outfit. So, okay. Nightingale. Now the Nightingale, I mean, a lot of people like the Nightingale, and I understand that, so. And it's got the physics and everything in it, but it looks good. I don't think they've ruined the outfit or anything. It looks nice. Of course, that may depend on what you think and what you like. Now, here is another one of those outfits that are a little skimpy, a little clipping back here on the rear. The booty is sticking out a little bit. Just the way it is. I'm just telling you. Don't blame me. I am just the messenger. This looks okay, I guess. Okay. We hadn't looked at the Orcish, but that looks fine. So far, we've just found a few minor little flaws, you know, nothing really major. That one really bright white piece, and then that little bit of clipping we saw. Most of this has been okay, though. Been pretty good. Yeah. The refined tunic. Well, here they stayed consistent. They must have made a bunch of these into this. It's kind of skimpy, kind of not. Oh, her butt is trying to hang out again. It's not super skimpy, you know. And then here's the Savior's hide, which looks fine. Scaled armor again. Let's see, we got boots and bracers, don't we? Looks good. The horn armor, basically the same thing. Cloth, this is the skull. Yeah, this is the skull. If you want to be warm, this is the way to go. So, the heavy armor of the stall rim. Now, the stall rim appeared, yep, it appears to be modified the same as the others. Let's see. Yeah, you can see a little bit there. So, all the stall rim and all these seem to be modified. Not everybody always does the stall rim, that's why I mention it. They don't always bother with those armors. And as far as the bone mold goes, and maybe even the chitin, I kind of understand that. Now, when I was first loading these up, when I first came into the game, these... Oh, sorry, wrong thing. These took... here, let's go with those. What do you think? Yeah. These took a moment to load up. Some of these pieces of armor. I would click on them and it would take a moment for them to load up. We're obviously past that point now. But I do want to mention that nothing crashed or hung the game up, you know, really bad, but there was some delay in, you know, not what you're seeing now where everything's happening very normal. But that was the very first time, okay? We haven't seen that happening here, which is good. So this is basically Stormcloak, but, you know, it's basically what all the guards will look like, too. This is the studded armor. Did we see? No, we looked at scaled, not studded. Anyway, so that's the studded armor. Here is the tavern closed, which looks good. Nothing wrong with that. And let's see, we're about done here. We've got the Telvanni robes. We'll put the priest boots on for a minute. Wow, that really makes the that makes her chest look really like she's really throwing it out there. Yeah, that's a choice though. Anyway, and here's the other, and this always looks like a bulky robe too. So now here we have the two Thalmor. You have the hooded, which I think the hooded has its own cool style, and then you have the non-hooded, which also looks good. But then we just have the brown armor for the Thieves Guild, and that definitely looks fitted like it should. And then this is the dark version. Assuming they probably, yeah, it looks like it was fitted too. And then there's a gray or Linway version, I think is how they name it a lot of times, and that looks good. You really just have to see the profile to know that it's fitted. Now here's the vampire version. There's several versions of vampire stuff that I can make, but this is all you really need to see. It's just that these are here. and they fit. They're fitted correctly, and you can definitely see the motion in them. You know, whether or not that's really very, you know, TBBP is what it is. Whether it's very realistic or not, it is what it is. All right, so then here's the red one, and then there's this one, which is more what some of them call the royal, and that looks good. Let's see. Then we have the wolf. Boom, boom, boom. And like I said, this covers 70 to 80% of everything. And you can see this has some physics to the armor. And, you know, if you don't like that, then you probably don't use this mod. Or use this mod and don't use TBBP. Just use the plain XP32 skeleton without it. Okay? Alright. So that's everything that I have made to show you, and I think that's pretty sufficient to give you an idea of what to expect. A couple items had a little clip in. We had the one item that had that really, I don't know what that's supposed to be. It's probably something that you can do like, I forget what they call it now, but there's an acronym, and it's on the PC, and it's something that we don't really have on the console anyway, so doesn't matter. So they could remove that at some point if they want. I don't think it's a big deal. Alright, so let's hop out and take a quick look at the mod again. Alright, so this has been UNP, Blessed Body Fit and Armors. About 149 megabytes. Remember, this was from Shiva 182, and it was ported by, I think it's Bracca Micro 79. So do remember to use XP32 with this, even if you don't want the physics and you don't want to use TBBP, that's okay. But you have to have XP32, or every time you put a chest piece on or off in this, it will crash your game. I know that happens to people. I know it's happened to me before because I forgot. But that's one of the things you should always have XP32 anyway, really. It's a small mod, and you should always have it in your load order because it's needed for a lot of different animations and things, okay? Alright. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day. Oh, wait, I forgot. Oh, okay. Tell you what we're going to do. Let's run to the cheat room real fast. Alright, so I promised you I would show you the weight slider so you can see the variation. Now here she's maxed out, but you can actually go way down low, and you see that makes a big difference. So they added allowed for quite a range of boobs. And you'll notice that the hips and stuff don't seem to change a lot. Let's hop out here for just a second. Let me show you this. This might actually show better. Now, this is Master B's UNPB body, okay? But if you see, it's following the same rules. The hips and the thighs don't change very much at all, but the boobs really change a lot, and that's how they've done the clothing too. So just wanted you to see that real fast, okay? Even though that's the body and not necessarily the clothing, you might be able to see this better in the Jester's outfit because it's tight, but the coloring makes it difficult. You might be able to see it in the Nightingale armor. Let's see. Because you can see how she is here. She's got the full-on boobs, and see how that goes way down, and then her hips and thighs change a little bit, not as drastically. The biggest change is in the breasts. So, all right. Okay, I just wanted to make sure we were clear on that. So, again, thank you for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I will catch you later.
I'm your friendly dragon vendor. I hope you've enjoyed your eggs. Now, could I interest you in some teeth, some scales, maybe a little bit of wing membrane? How about an eyeball or two? You know, something good for your alchemy. Think it over, you might enjoy it. Might have a few spines laying around that you could have. What about a tongue? Yeah, we got some tongues. I got some tongues laying around. Maybe a talon or two. This has been an OwwThatSmarts production.
Alright everyone, thank you very much.